I really want to talk about the importance of this movie and what this movie represents. Because I have been like kind of reading online, and I feel like whenever I post a Superman video on TikTok or Instagram or whenever we post one, there's so much hate, bro, for this Superman movie. So,
No, crazy.
so Jerry, like I know you already have this off of the top of your head because I know you. So, why is this Superman movie, bro? Why is it so important?
We are finally going to have a DC, for lack of a better term, equivalent universe to the MCU. We're finally going to have another version of a expansive and consistent comic book universe in cinema, TV, potentially even video games. So, for the longest time, the only place to go for fire comic book movies has been the MCU. And the MCU has been awesome. And I don't knock it in any way in this commentary, but you know who the MCU doesn't have? Superman. The MCU doesn't have Batman. The MCU doesn't have Green Lanterns. The MCU doesn't have Flash. So there are a lot of people's favorite characters that we don't get to see in movies. We've never seen Green Arrow in a movie ever. So like this is a big deal. And Superman, it's been a really long time since a comic accurate version of Superman has ever graced the movie theater screens. So it's awesome. And Superman is on a major high note, especially this week. Shout out Therapy Entertainment. I see your comment. Don't spoil it for me because I have not seen it yet. If you haven't been watching Superman and Lois, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Great
That
show.
show is incredible. It is so good. And yeah, the Superman is such a big deal because it's Superman, because it's going to be comic accurate. And I don't think everyone realizes the fact that, like, because we don't get so much out of Superman until, Superman and Lois, but for a long time, we never really got proper Superman entertainment other than comic books. And Superman, people talk about world building in the comic book space all the time. And I feel like Superman doesn't get its flowers for the Metropolis world building. Superman's got Lois Lane. He's got the Daily Planet, Jimmy Olsen. I mean, the characters go on and on and on. And I would say that in terms of Superman's mythos, I would compare it most to Spider-Man. Not saying I would compare Superman to Spider-Man, but they both are in a city where they have the job of an average everyday citizen in that city. They have a mom that's not really a mom. One has an aunt. One has his adopted mom. They kind of look alike, and they work for newspapers. They have their girlfriend. They have friends at the newspaper. So, and it's a city. Metropolis is a city like New York City. So, listen, I think it's going to be incredible. And it's anyone's guess of who is going to appear in the movie. Like we really don't know that much about it, but we're going to have the trailer very soon. So just know that finally we're going to have somewhere else to go other than the MCU because Star Wars is not it right now.
Yeah. And the one thing that I don't like, and this is why I love the way we cover content, is because a lot of people, they love to spew their dislike for something without objectively telling us why they dislike it. And right now, because there's been no trailer, there's only been like 2 photos plus the set photos. There's really no valid reason to hate on what James Gunn is doing right now. And given the Creature Commando stuff, which we will talk about, I think that's the last topic in our docket. But given the love that Creature Commandos is getting, that is just a testament of the work that James Gunn is putting into this content, and the fact that someone is saying that Superman is going to be the biggest Superman movie ever it's going to be the biggest Superman movie ever because Hawkgirl is in it, because there is a Green Lantern, aka Guy Gardner. He is in it. Supergirl is rumored to be in this film. I mean, the Supergirl movie is stemming from this film as well. So
Yeah.
there's a lot. So Lex Luthor is in it. And who know, and as Mr. Terrific is in it, right? Like, there's a lot of characters
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
going to be up
Guy
and around.
Gardner.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys, and so that number one makes it the biggest Superman film of all time. But also, the universe is starting from this movie, and I think what makes Superman more interesting than a lot of other stuff is that, yes, this is the first movie that we are going to see, but there is a backfill of history before, this Superman film that I am excited for them to fill the, blanks in, and not to also mention, like, we are getting a freaking Green Lantern show that is also stemming from this Superman movie as well. So there's a lot riding on this Superman film. I do think that, like, let's just say in a theory, which I don't think is going to happen, but let's say Superman failed at the box office. I still think there's other projects that are going to come out and all of that stuff, But this movie next year, in my opinion, I think this is the most important movie of 2025. And look, obviously, Jerry and I are really anticipating the Fantastic Four. Jerry and I love the Fantastic Four. Hickman's Fantastic Four is one of the greatest comics of all time. But with that being said, we are the most excited for this Superman movie. Number one, because Jerry and I have literally walked with you guys through the casting rumors, through the fake freaking videotapes of David Cornsweet auditioning for Superman. We walked with you guys through James Gunn being announced as the head with Peter Safran. I mean, Jerry and I have walked with you guys through this whole process. And so, Superman for Jerry and I is really a payoff of the consistency of covering Superman for the past year or two. You know what I mean? So, this kind of a culmination of everything that, we've been looking into. And I think, bro, that Superman is going to be one of the most special films that we are going to see. And when you hear that, the OG comic guys are in the writer's room with James Gunn, like, does that not make you guys excited?
Seriously. And, like, I also don't think people understand. With Flash, the haters kind of won. They kind of won in getting everyone to crap on the movie. But Superman's different because Superman has a lot of people very excited for this movie. Most people are excited for this movie to the extent where I would say it's probably 85-15 split of the people. 85% of the people super pumped for this movie. 15% haters, mostly Snyder fans. They don't have as much pull. And because most people are excited for this movie, the more they talk about it, it's going to actually help the movie.
Yeah, exactly. And the biggest thing is, Superman is one of the most popular characters of all time. And, obviously, like, there's been a lot of Henry Cavill drama and all that crap that happened. But, like, Superman as a character, everybody knows who Superman is,
Yeah.
Like, there's not one person that hasn't seen one Superman movie in their life. Like, even my wife, bro, she grew up on the Donner films. Like, everyone's seen one Superman film.
Right.
And so I think that Superman done right is going to bring that kind of popularity back to the character, where it's kind of going to, like, it is going to restore him as a powerhouse, because Superman is a powerhouse. And a lot of people be hating on that. But, like, he's very, very popular, bro. So yeah, dude, I am really hyped to see what they're gonna do with Superman. But yeah, all right, let's read some chats here. Good evening, gentlemen. Just saw the Superman and Lois ending. I cried. Oh, I'll say that. I'm definitely gonna check. That dropped today, right? Superman.
Yeah.
And Lois
So
ending?
I don't get it till tomorrow because I don't have cable TV. I'm like, why am I going to pay 200, 300, whatever it is? But I just bought the season on Amazon Prime, and I did it on Amazon Prime because the first episode that came out, I was able to get it on the Monday night that it dropped. And then I bought like the season. And then the next week when I went to do it, it wasn't available till Tuesday.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, dude, what also was annoying is Skeleton Crew drops today too, or it did drop, or it dropped at 9:00. So it's like, and that's 3 episodes.
That's ridiculous. You know what it is? They know the Star Wars fans nowadays are at home, not working.
Yep. That was a good one. 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 Yeah, bro. I'm like, bro. So now I gotta cover these freaking 3 episodes. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.